In this video I will tell you how to do a shamanic ritual, what it is for, and how to use it in modern hypnotherapy. A shamanic ritual is, of course, ideally performed in a shamanic setting. But some are far away in the mountains, in nature, in some clearing with a fire, by the light of the moon. Then it has even more magical power. But since such attributes are inaccessible for inhabitants of megalopolis, we can recreate such atmosphere, and repeat the scheme of shamanic ritual, with the help of hypnosis. So, how is it performed? First, you should have music and shamanic letters playing throughout your session. I'll tell you exactly where in the trance we turn it on, how we use it. For demonstration purposes, I'll turn it on for you right now. I mean, that's the sound of shamanic tambourines. It comes in many different flavors. There are times with additions of nature sounds, additions of animal sounds. Different tambourines come in ringing, some muffled, some aggressive, some calmer. You can pick the ones that are convenient for you, for your work. How do we conduct a shamanic ritual? Of course, you have to set aside a certain amount of time for this. A certain mood and prepare a person. Usually with untrained people, of course, you can also do this kind of thing, but there are usually a number of the usual difficulties we encounter with beginners. So they start to resist, or they don't know how to competently relax quickly, or they don't understand what is wanted from them. That is, in order to exclude all these nuances, you and I should use a shamanic ritual with a person who is already more or less adjusted to you, who already understands what is happening to him. So, shamanic ritual. We use it as a way to travel into the future and meet your teacher there to help you solve your task and your problem that you came with. The person is comfortably seated. This is usually a horizontal surface. If no such surface is available, we use a regular trance guidance chair. The first thing we must do is to attune the person as in any other trance, that is, to relax. To that end, we have. The whole environment should be in line with this. No loud extraneous noises. It should be a calm, comfortable room. The temperature is comfortable. The lights should also be dim so nothing is disturbed. All phones, cell phones are off. And the usual guidance with relaxation. So your arms are relaxing, your legs are relaxing. You feel a greater relaxation come over you. And you go into a trance. You can use counting from 1 to 10. You can use some short metaphor to put the person at ease. I don't know how mama bears put their cubs to bed and how they relax. Their paws and their eyes close. Up until then, we use whatever technique we could get our hands on. Next, we tell the person that as soon as he hears the shamanic tambourines, that is, you turn on this music, then he will begin to conduct, in fact, such a ritual. He'll have to mentally to himself. As soon as the shamanic tambourines begin, we should, first of all, designate that they will go, for example, 5 or 7 minutes. And he has to do all his own work in that time. As soon as the, tambourines start making noise, the person mentally imagines lying down and starts to get up. So he gets up in his head, in his fantasy, leaves the room, and he has to head to his place of power. So in the moment of relaxation, yes, you give him the task to already remember the place of power, where he has already been, and where the place fills him with strength, energy, where he likes to be. Maybe it's the seashore, or maybe it's in place in the woods, or somewhere at his dacha. I don't know, it's different for everyone. He must remember this place. Next we have shamanic tambourines. And a person should during this time, 5 or 7 minutes usually goes the track, visualize in maximum detail how he gets up and heads to this place of power. If we have to go there by airplane, then we imagine getting off, getting on, opening the door in the cab, getting on and going to the airport, going through all these authorities at the airport. We buy a ticket, stand in line, drop off our luggage. In as much detail as you can imagine. We have to make sure that the person somewhere in the middle of the journey is there in a place of power. When he gets there, he has to try his teacher. That is, any animal can be a teacher. Maybe some person fictional, imaginary, or existing. He will have to find this teacher on the spot and ask him his question with which he came to you. The task he can't solve. He asks the teacher, and the teacher gives either an immediate answer, or the answer will come within some time after the trance. When he has communicated with the teacher, you have a bell start ringing at the very end in the shamanic tambourines that you have to listen to beforehand. Bell. This bell usually serves as a signal that it is time for him to return. And you tell him that as soon as you hear the bell signal, this same way, go back to this room, here and now. This is how you prescribe a task for him. Here in Budney you have him looking for a teacher. He's looking for a teacher in a place of power. That's what you tell him before the session. Because when he goes off to find a teacher in a place of power to shamanic tambourines, he does it on his own. You're not chaperoning. You explained everything to him, relaxed him, turned on the tambourines, and that's it. And for those 5 to 7 minutes, you're just right there. All of the work is done by the person on their own. When he learns how to do it, he can do it at home, conduct such trances for himself. So, what's the advantage of this one? Yeah. Well, first of all, it's a place of power. Even if a person does not get a concrete answer to his question, he will have a good rest, he will gain strength, he will gain energy. If he does look for a teacher and a teacher is found, then this is what a place of real strength is, yes, will bolster the teacher's reputation. And what he will say, and it is not the teacher who will say it, of course, but is unconscious, then this will be very important information for him, and he will take it seriously, follow it, and, most likely, he will really get the answer to his question and solve this problem with which he came.